Yeah, you hopped right off the presses off the game right into this. How you feeling?
I was actually stuck at a certain point for like, I don't know, 5 to 15 minutes, somewhere in between that span of time.
Really?
Yeah, and it's all because of I was not literally looking at the wrong thing.
I
And looking
see.
back, it was basically a Zelda, like a Legend of Zelda situation where the game made me feel dumb for overthinking what the whole thing was.
Okay. I wonder if it was the same spot that I kind of like. I just made it more difficult for myself this time around. Um, I didn't get lost. I just kind of added stuff to it, but we'll get there, I guess. Well, hello everybody, and welcome to I almost said the final episode, but it's not. It's the penultimate episode of the Indie Book Club Oxenfree series.
Got scared for a second. Thought you were gonna say like, after this, it's over. Nothing's gonna get better than this. We're done. We're done.
We're done. That's it. I brought you to the edge of the it doesn't sound good. The edge of the climax of the game. I'm using literature terms that sound inappropriate, but we're
No,
there.
we're it's like just saying to someone, we're gonna make this whole trip is gonna be us going to the top of Mount St. Helens to destroy basically Lord of the Rings, but more accurate, more realistic. We're gonna go to St. Helens or Mount St. Helen and destroy something magic, and then just then getting to the cliffs or getting to the base of the mountain and just saying, let's just go home. We're done here.
I'm tired. It's too much.
My dog's barking. I need to go home.
How am I supposed to climb that? Is Mount St. Helens still the biggest mountain it's in America, right?
Yes, there's always the thing about like when Mount St. Helens when Mount St. Helen when that baby blows, we're all doomed. And I'm just like, okay.
You're just like, okay.
Yeah, because it's like
what are you gonna do about it?
Yeah, it's like, actually, it's like the whole thing with the Fallout TV show with the thumb, like the thumb test sign with the atomic bomb drop.
Mm-hmm.
Like if it's bigger than, or if it's like bigger than your the size of your thumb, like you either like if it's at a certain amount, you're safe, and if it's not,
Yeah, the thumb
then
thing.
Yeah.
I got you. Yes. That's how you're gonna take on Mount St. Helens.
Yeah,
Just hold the thumb up and see. Hope for the best.
It's better than doing a Doctor Strangelove and just riding the bomb like a bronco.
I still gotta see that movie.
Oh, it's such a good movie.
I hear it is. It's a Kubrick movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta watch those. I gotta get back into movies. It's been too many weeks without movies in my life. But
you can't fight here. This is the war room.
I know.
I love that line.
But it has not been a long time without video games because Oxenfree and this podcast have kept me coming back for more. And as I said, this is the third hour of the 4 hours we have segmented this game into. I apologize to you specifically for giving you such a difficult task. It was hard with the times, like the quote unquote chapters of this section, and knowing when to stop was really hard to say without spoiling things. If you were playing along at home at all, you kind of get an idea of where we're at. I tried to tell people, but yeah, it's been wacky. But I know that you stopped where you were supposed to because you ran it by me, and that's good.
Well, the thing is, I just showed you this. That showed you the map, the pause screen.
Yes.
I've not proceeded to embark yet, but I basically just got everything. I got everything that was supposed that he told me to do. I did, but I've not gone onto the journey yet.
Yes. Yeah, that's good. That's the perfect place. The gang split up. They left the I mean, we can go full spoilers now. They left the Adler Mansion and are heading down toward the to figure out how to get off of this island. And yeah, I mean, this was another very paranormal segment. Um, lots of spooky things go on, and it's just, I mean, there were some downright jump scares in there. I jumped at one point, and it was just a wild. This game gets ever mysterious and just scary, and I'm excited to hear your thoughts on it. I guess I'll ask at first: are you still like in it? Are you compelled by what's going on and excited to see the ending?
Yeah, I have I now have a reason to see it through, rather than rather than games where just you get lost in the world.
Yeah, you're on the downhill of the mountain now. Like you're over that hump, and you got to see it through.
Yeah, it's not like Fallout 4 or New Vegas or any of the recent Assassin's Creed games. And I say that because I took Fallout 4 and stacked. I'm not stacking New Vegas and Assassin's Creed Origins on top of it.
Yeah, you're doing a lot. I saw you. I was looking at the activity you played. You played Assassin's Creed Origins at 2 in the morning. Not to call you out, but I was like, damn, you're piling on a lot here.
Yeah, it's called ADHD, man. I just I try to go to sleep and my body just like no, go play the video games. You dang rapscallion.
Take a trip to Egypt. Well, it's a beautiful one, so why not give it a shot? You've played Origins, right?
Yeah, and this just shows how like okay, I'm sorry listeners that I'm doing this doing this whole tangent thing again, but I I have to say when Assassin's Creed Origins came out in 2017, 2018 that time, or was it like 2016?
Might have been 16. 17.
Okay. The last time I played, I've done maybe a few different attempts to play through the whole thing, and I picked it up and was doing a certain quest, and I felt this whole thing was I feel like I've been here before. Big some deja
Hmm.
vu. Turns out I had been there before when I
No.
was playing this game 5 years ago,
Oh, jeez.
and when I had that was like two computers ago, three different video cards ago, and yeah, because Raoul mentioned that they've been playing it, and I think it was that little thought that was planted in my head that like they're playing it, and I just thought I never beat it. I never beat the game, and yeah, for as much crap as I give, or for all the giving out I do about Ubisoft and their practices, they know how to make a game.
Oh, yeah. I mean, at a time they did. They have
Yeah,
certain
yeah.
teams that do, and I think that Origins is definitely, arguably, the last bastion of really good, thoughtful Assassin's Creeds. I mean, afterwards, it just started with Odyssey. It got far too big. It developed on all of those concepts way too much. I just feel Odyssey was the epitome of feeling bloated with the fact that like there's
Oh,
three different.
you clearly haven't played, or you clearly haven't gone through it. The world space of, or did you go through the world space of Valhalla?
No, I knew you were gonna say that. Because I've heard that Valhalla is even more so, and that's what scares me about even starting it. But
Yeah, I think like I own it on. I bought it, made sure to buy it back when the next gen system, or the at the time next gen systems were launching. It's like I need a game to play that looks really good,
mhm.
and it looks even better on PC.
Wow.
That's same thing with AC Origins. I was like, how does this game look this damn good? Why does this look so good? Why does it look like I wanna just dig in the sand?
Yeah, it's definitely they're all beautiful games. I'm not gonna ever discount that, but I feel like Origins had the great um that it had a lot of thought put into how it was going to use that world. I like how when you were mentioning to Raul, like you said the thing about how there's different skill levels in different areas, and it is like it feels like it's broken down really well. And Odyssey does that as well, but I think with its map just being so big and the islands and the ship travel and the fact that you have like three different plots right out the gate and you can just follow whatever path, like it's so much game, and that really turned me off of it and wanting to try Valhalla. I know that Mirage is like back to basics, and I might even, I hate to say I would ever skip one, but I might skip Valhalla and just try Mirage because I hear it's just better. But yeah,
Yeah,
that is, yeah.
yeah. I'm now getting recommended on YouTube multiple, like, or not multiple. That would be downplaying it. I'm getting like every third video is like an Assassin's Creed, either a video essay or analysis piece, or like, or just like everyone said blank, or Assassin's Creed blank is the worst one, question
Mhm.
mark, and it's just stuff like that. But you know what is, a game that's well thought out? Oxenfree.
You brought it back around. I appreciate it. Um, yeah, Oxenfree is a game by Night School Studio. It's it's just goes so well. I was thinking about it today that, well, because I played it today, but it's like it's a 4 hour long game. It's, well, I mean, at its, the way we're doing it, but it's definitely got more to explore. And it's a short game that doesn't feel that short. Like it stays with you in a way that it's so worth your time. It cares about your time.
And
And
it's fitting that the one of the big theme, like the big like whole tonal theme of it is time.
yeah, and repeating it. Like it's
Yeah,
and making you just forget like where you are and what's going on. But it and I didn't remember it being so much about that, but it really does do a lot of those things, as you'll see today in our synopsis. But it's just I don't know, it's just such a worthy investment, such a really fun game to go back and play. And I just really, I love the hell out of it. I'm glad that you're enjoying it.
so I'll remind me to bring this up later. Like, there's a Doctor Who episode that you really need to well, it's a two-parter. There's a two-part Doctor Who episode from 2006. The Impossible Planet and the Satan Pit.
Okay.
I'm getting major vibes of
Of that episode from this game.
Yeah.
Maybe I will have to check it out then.
I mean, it has to do with Satan or Satan. Like it's basically a Doctor Who episode about cosmic horror,
Oh.
which then led me down a rabbit hole of watching Lovecraftian memes, not memes, fan films and like interviews and stuff. Which then led me back to that certain Funhouse video. I think I still have that photo saved of Cthulhu says something is like, or Cthulhu says something about like environmental stuff is a hoax.
Oh. Why would he say that? He's the god of the sea.
No, like yeah, because when the sea rises, more of it is more of it's sunk or sinking, thus giving him more ability, like more power to wake up and make everyone go, "Ooh, I'm crazy now."
So naturally, he would be a climate change denier because
Yeah.
he wants his domain to expand.
Yeah.
What an evil little boy he is. Does Cthulhu
Okay.
talk canonically?
I don't think he talks. I think he just does like a the thing with Lovecraft, like the whole Lovecraftian like mythos is that they're like the old ones, like their dialect, and like it just makes someone go mad to even just think about trying to interpret or even perceive what the old ones would do in terms of like how they would speak or what they would say. Like I imagine just a Dagon, if he sneezed, he would probably like it would just be Black Bolt scene from Inhumans, but like on a massive like Black Bolt can make basically cause explosions by talking.
With just one word from his mouth.
Yeah, he literally says why, and he kills his parents. It's crazy.
Really?
Don't watch the show. The show's terrible. We're gonna talk about Oxenfree now. I'm putting my phone away. I'm done talking. I'm done. I'm done hijacking the podcast.
We started an hour ago. Well,
and you were there, and Emmett was there, and DJ was there. Oh, so weird.
Wake up, Alan. None of this is real.
What?
Well,
it's 1985. Quick, turn on the radio. Everybody. Yes. I'm not in a hellscape. Sorry, that's it.
What the fuck is going on? Now I'm in a time loop.
It's called It's hot as hell. It's hot as hell where I am right now. And frankly, people in heat go crazy.
It's just the heat stroke. That's all this is.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of heat, I have no segue. Let's jump into the synopsis for this episode of Indie Book Club.
Oh, I got it. This is great. This is perfect. I know exactly what to do.
Do you?
Yeah, totally. It's Maggie Adler.
Maggie Adler?
Yeah, she has a boat. Had a boat. I mean, the boat's still here, but she's not. She's dead.
Her house, manor, or whatever it is behind a huge gate. You can see it coming up here from Main Street.
No, I know, but the keys to it are here, somewhat readily available. My sister, Allie, worked at the parks office in town. She had to deliver that old woman her mail every day. I know that they have the key.
Okay, so...
No, we are not. We are not going to go with the plan. The first plan put forth by the group's resident Burnout.
Hey, come on. I'm not a burnout. Okay, so I ate like 2 brownies.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm not saying it's the best plan, but what other plan is there really, Jonas?
Oh, I don't know. Fix the radio, find Clarissa, set fire to the mug shop. And these are just off the top of my head.
Yeah, I'm still worried about Clarissa. Wait, set fire to the mug shop?
I'm not saying literally do that. I'm just... There's other things we can do.
But there isn't.
So we begin with no time. Like there's not I assume it's still 2 a.m. ish. I think I don't remember where it is, but we'll see. Along the way, it talks about the time. So anyway, where we had left off was Alex and Jonas get to the comms tower with Nona and Ren. Also, I will warn you, these synopses are long. Like a lot went down, and I had to write down a lot. I'm a writer by trade, so here we go. Alex and Jonas get to the comms tower with Nona and Ren. They've had no luck with the radio, and they haven't seen Clarissa. A fight ensues between Jonas and Ren about who got the gang in this situation in the first place. In the midst of the tension, Ren mentions Maggie Adler having a boat at her mansion. So this here, there's a choice you can make, and it's who's going to go with you to get the key. Now, unbeknownst to me, I chose our patron saint, Jacksepticeye. He also chose who I chose, but I didn't do that on any purpose. I just thought, I bet that in the last game, my last playthrough, when I said that I was like, liking Ren, I think I picked him, but this time I picked Nona. So who did you pick?
I picked Nona too.
Well, all right. Was it just because like I want to leave them to fight it out?
No, I was like during that whole thing where they're both fighting or where they're both yelling at each other and all that. I'm just basically trying to de-escalate the situation, and I think I saw it from I saw the decision as a scene that would be like a movie in that like if Oxenfree were like adapted into a movie instead of the upcoming TV series or the
Okay.
TV series or that the adaptation that's currently in the works.
Mm-hmm.
It would be a nice like comedic gag for like because they're both saying like they're both saying like Ren is saying he should go with Alex, and then Jonas is saying he should be the one going with Alex, and I just choose Nona because it just felt like one of those things that would be like a writer would like write would like put in a script as a this will be a like this will just be just a fun comedy like a funny comedy scene.
Yeah, no, I get that.
And also, I was basically there was more like from where I was in from my perspective. Nona was basically up and like for a big stretch for most of the gameplay before was the least filled out filled out character in terms of information, characterization, personality.
So you wanted some backstory on her.
I wanted to basically, I wanted to get invested in the character.
Okay. And was it successful?
I chose not to be like I was being very nice to her.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah, and then like the stuff with her birthday and the story about what Clarissa did for her made me feel horrible for what happened. I don't. Then again, I don't know if it's the other way around. With if I chose to go to Clarissa first.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because
I
from where
vaguely remember that stuff, that birthday stuff.
Yeah, because I figure the way that everyone is like the way that they're all acting, or especially there's a scene near the end of the segment, like the end of the point where you told me to stop. Where I feel like it would have been, it could also have been, like it could also have been Ren.
Okay.
Like the possession could easily have been like I could definitely see it happening, like being determined by player choice. So
Okay, I get you. So you think that like if you chose someone else, it could have
like splintering paths or branching paths. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I did wonder that because I feel like in this playthrough, when I said I've been very like cynical about things and just kind of, I'm prone to fly off the handle. I've been openly hating Clarissa, but I think that she's just such a hateable character that like it's made me think: is there a possibility that you could make her be nice by now, or maybe she's not the primary person to get possessed? Like I don't know, but I do think that it all kind of adds to like we'll see the way that the story unfolds and you learn certain things because she's so like she puts the pressure on and she doesn't care about just poking the bear all the time. So I think that that's just the way that she's written, and I assume that you can get on kind of good terms by the end of things, but I don't know if you could really be like as friendly with her as Ren, or have, I don't know, Jonas be a bad guy. Like I don't think that that's written into the game. But
Oh no! I when I said determined by player choice, I imagine like the way I'm seeing it based on how like telltale like it is.
mhm.
I imagined it would be like basically how it was in season 1 of The Walking Dead, where it was Team Kenny and Team what's her name,
Oh, that girl.
Lily,
Okay.
where it would be like based on player choice, like who do you side with, like you be like in the choosing to side with one causes something to happen with the other, but then again that whole stuff played off that the Walking Dead version of that played off drastically differently, and obviously
Tragically.
tragically for both characters. Well, one character.
In each
Well,
scenario, one of them.
well, here's the thing. Even with that, I have not finished. Like I'm basically at the end. Like I've been at the end of The Walking Dead final season, like episode 4. Or was it
Yeah.
4? I've been there. Like I have not. Like I
You have
stopped. I haven't been. I don't know. I know how the game ends, or I know what like about the ending,
yeah,
because
but
I
you
think
can't bring yourself to finish it?
yeah, because the last time when I was playing, I think episode 3, I got like crippling PTSD.
Oh no.
Like
Well, I
this
don't
is
want that for you.
like this was back when back when we were putting like I was doing those playthroughs on the channel,
Mhm.
and I was recording a whole bunch. Like I basically had to do 2 more, like an episode or 2 more. It was actually the specific area I stopped, and I remember it because it's just the feels like I'm just in total fear of that whole area. Was the point where you have to walk with a certain character parading as like trying to blend in as a zombo,
Okay.
and because of how realistic the game, or not realistic, because of how graphic the game was, like I think it was episode 2, yeah, because just I left the or I was going to the boat, and just yeah, I basically have not I've not looked back since. But with Oxenfree, there's just it's an easier it's a easier to digest palette,
Mhm.
or it's a like it's basically like it's a good palette cleanser, because it's 4.5 hours. It's it has elements of history, and there's not much to hate. Like they're
You're saying in Oxenfree?
yeah, like the I'm waiting. I'm gonna wait till, like I said, as I said last episode. I'm not gonna go right to lost signals,
Yeah.
because that'd be just the equivalent of binging a video game.
Right. And I was actually thinking about that. Like, even though I'm not getting enough Oxenfree to like feel like I would get burned out on a second one, like I'm still hungry for more to the point that I would happily play a second one, but I don't want to then have to like feel that I've got to compare them
There's
or
also the feeling that it's actually what I call the Jedi Survivor situation, or Jedi Survivor situation.
oh.
Or actually, it's technically Jedi Survivor, but more of a MLB The Show situation, where I get like the new I'm getting prepped and excited for the next game. I play the and then the next game comes out. I play it, and then I'm eager, and then I'm eager for the next game, even though the new game has only been out for like a week.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, I'm lucky that it's that my big hit, or not my big hit, my big fix, like the high I've been chasing, has been with MLB The Show, and not something like Resident Evil, Silent Hill, like a AAA like blockbuster. Well, Silent Hill technically, Silent Hill is more of a decline. Resident Evil is more of a more consistent. Like, I was getting excited for the lead up to Jedi Survivor after playing through Fallen Order.
Mm-hmm.
I was getting all excited, getting really invested. Then the game came out, and realized, wow, it's probably gonna be a while until the next game comes out. I should not have done as much as I did in Jedi Survivor. I should have basically just, actually, not better term, I chugged the whole thing.
Oh. Well, that's never good.
Yeah, it's like when you chug a bottle of water, and you're basically like you nearly throw up because you chugged, because obviously you chugged a bottle of water.
You think you need all of that, but you
But
don't realize.
You have to. It's best to go at it with to pace yourself and go at a good rate.
Yeah, I feel like that's a big thing with a lot of video games, is the just that burnout effect. Just thinking, oh, I'm gonna, like, anytime I've tried to do like a retrospective and be like, I'm just gonna do a bunch of these games. Like I did that with Far Cry. I was like, I'm gonna play every Far Cry, and I got sick of them real fast. It's just like, don't do that. That's why I
Yeah,
love indie games, because they're such a good little breath of fresh air between big games.
yeah. It's why I'm still trying to figure out how to tackle that WWE like that 2K like I was just my WWE 2K retrospective, like the retrospective / ranked thing. I'm thinking about how to approach that,
Mhm.
because one, if I was doing SmackDown versus Raw, I'd have to go through a whole litany of. I have to go back to PS2, to late Xbox 360, PS3 era,
Mhm.
and it's why I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna choose the one that at the time had the least amount of installments. So I was like, they were consistently bad. Like, that's just how it is. And I realized that I may have to either just create some arbitrary point of like ranking the best 30 games by I was almost said Vicarious Visions, but like basically just ranking the most recent 30 games.
Mhm.
It's like, starting with 2K20 and just going from 20 to 22 to 23, 24, because like the develop, I'm blanking on the developer, but there was like disaster with the 20, and then just like a straight up rebirth of the whole franchise or the whole property. And you know what? I think we can some nice editing could be done to play around with the fact that we're talking about so many different things. Take out these bits that are just not talking, like they're just breaking off into their own tangents.
I could do that.
Like that wouldn't be that hard. Like
make them little clips so that people can get an idea of what we do here.
Yeah, or of how I am a bit. I'm what people would call a bit much. and they could even be shorts or reels.
Yeah,
we're on the Instagram.
We are. Follow us on Instagram.
Yeah, that's where. I don't know what I don't know what the Instagram account's name is.
I put it on the screen.
Okay, there, follow.
There it is. Shout out to the Instagram.
Gotta do it for the gram.
Doing it for the gram. No, we're it's great. My fiance's been doing some cool stuff. I told her she could be our social media manager, and she's shaped up that Instagram pretty nicely. There's a reel already on there with all of us like crew members on there, and yeah, we're gonna hope to have we're gonna update the link tree with things. Actually, with shameless plug, but VGU Gaiden today, I went and I put our RSS feed on a bunch of other places, so you can find that podcast in other places now. And
Nice.
yeah, we're really shaping it up.
Yeah, because this podcast feed is basically like the tree, the branches leaning back all the way back, like just carbon dating it goes all the way back to like 2018.
Oh yeah,
beginning 2018.
And it's super interesting when you go back and like listen to our first ever Game of the Year awards and stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah, and it's weird because there are multiple points when back at the top or bottom of the playlist, depending on where of the RSS feed, because I'm just like, I don't know what this game is. I was like, I don't know what this Fortnite is. And no, it wasn't. It wasn't Fortnite. It was the one we played that I don't know. I don't recall because
Apex.
I was like, I don't know what Apex Legends is. Emmett and Hunter. What is it? I don't play multiplayer games. What is it?
But you found out. We showed you.
I wish I could get the time, but I had more fun in Fortnite. At least I got a kill in Fortnite. And it was against an actual person. That hey.
Apex is insane. That's why I stay the hell away from it.
Okay.
I'm a Paladins man.
You know what? My favorite all my favorite VTubers play Paladins.
Damn good. I gotta go back to it. The channel demands it. We got the most like comments of people talking about Paladins, and I promised them more. So I'm gonna go back into that game.
There's a game I want you to try out when the beta ends, because of what it is, the type of game it is. I'll let you know after, because it's crazy. It's some stuff I've been getting into lately.
Oh boy.
In terms of, or it's stuff that I keep getting exposed to, right? Is the better word? Because of YouTube and TikTok.
Can't imagine. I hope it's not Pal World.
No, it's not. It's worse.
Oh, great. Well, coming soon to VGU. Oxenfree. Well, shall I continue on with this synopsis?
Yeah.
All right. So, I chose to take Nona to find the key to the Adler Mansion's front gate. On the way back into town, the girls encounter Clarissa sitting on a light post. They are antagonized, and this time the radio doesn't work to fix her possession. Getting sucked into a time loop, a campfire appears on the main street. Here, we finally learn how Michael died. He drowned in Horn Lake, and Alex was a bystander. The whole gang, having appeared at the aforementioned campfire, starts arguing about Clarissa's nonstop pressure on Alex, causing her to get enraged. The spirit within her shouts, quote, "All the outs in free," and the time loop breaks. So I'll stop there for a moment. I remember when it yelled out all the outs in free, because like obviously it's like all the Oxenfree, but it's like doesn't make any freaking sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I was when I was watching, there's a great, and I'll send you the links to it. But the in-game documentary, or not the in-game documentary, the documentary showcasing like how the game is made.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was like at the heart of it. Like right when I told you that Sean Krankel and Adam Hines, the fact that they're cousins,
Yes.
and how a lot of people did not believe that. Some people still don't believe it, despite the video being like on despite the video going back like almost a decade. And I have a feeling that I'm just like trying to put the pieces together. I have a feeling that I'm probably wrong in my feeling that it's a like determinant, like who the possessed is going to be.
Okay.
Like from a story and like from story structure like point of view.
Mm-hmm.
Everything with Michael and Alex and Clarissa, and everything said by the other by the other characters, it makes sense for her to be the one who's taken, so to speak.
Alex or Clarissa?
Clarissa.
Okay. Because she has that history with her?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think you couple that with the fact, like I said, that she's the one who like gets people talking by provoking them, and she knows every little thing that makes the people tick. Like even in the beginning when she was like she outed Ren's crush on Nona, like she just knows how to get people irritated. So I mean, you could think of it as like, oh, the spirit attaches itself to her because of her like negativity and
Or her
just
cruelty.
yeah, her cruelty uses her as a way to like mess with people's minds. I thought in this time loop with the campfire that it was fake. Like initially I was like, oh, this is just a like it's just us in our minds like trying to screw with us. But then when it turned out that like everybody was getting affected by it, or at least Nona also was, it seemed like okay, this was like everybody's kind of feeling this. So I don't know. It's very odd, the supernaturalness of the island, the supernaturality of the island, where it's like how much is actually happening, how much is in someone's head. The time loops seem to actually be affecting everyone, but only some people can notice it, and it only happens within like the zone that you're in. It's very strange, but it kind of just works with the way that the game works, and I don't ever seem to mind it. But yeah, did you have anything else to say there, or should I continue on?
No, just spotted some lightning.
Oh, do you think you'll be good?
Yeah, it should be. But if I suddenly drop out, you'll know it's because I lost power.
Okay. Well, I will try to breeze through and only stop for certain questions because there's a lot to cover, but I got this. So, Ollie Oxenfree, time loop breaks. Alex and Nona move on, losing Clarissa once again. They find a box with a new radio contained within, a wave-assisted lock radio, or wall. This can tune to higher and lower frequencies than before, allowing them to unlock certain doors. Also within this box, the two find the personal effects of Maggie Adler, where they learn of hidden notes scattered around the island by Adler, supposedly explaining the mystery it contains. So, two little things I'll branch off to. One, I forgot about that new radio, but it's kind of neat. Were you surprised that you get a whole new radio? Especially
So-
as someone who's been following along with the radio the whole time?
Well, the funny thing is, I had a feeling I had a feeling that was going to happen because if I'm not mistaken, you and Nona or whoever you bring with you, like you and that person, pass by the vault or the shelter. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Mhm.
So used to referring to shelters, fallout shelters as vaults. When tuning into the there's the the information that at 102.3, I think it is.
Mhm.
That frequency. It mentioned there's actually there's a blurb about the only way that anyone can get in is the wall radio.
Mhm. Yes, it kind of explains that. And it's connected to, not to like jump ahead, but it's connected to the Catbird station. And when we went there back in the woods segment when we were looking for Ren, they said something about how the radio wouldn't go to the frequency that it mentions.
Yeah.
So I guess it did kind of foreshadow that something was going to come up.
Also, I'm just trying to realize, or at least the path that I've made so far is starting to turn into a triangle. Like from starting the game to where I ended, everything has been a nearing starting out, and then it is possibly going to close into a triangle.
Hmm. So
So
even
if you,
your game pattern is a triangle.
yeah, because if you look at the map, like the map screen, you'll see that all the from where you start, it's like they're like kind of like interlocked triangles.
Hmm.
This is just a theory, but it's just not a theory. It's more of like an observation. But I noticed that, and I'm like, that's strange.
That is. Life sure is strange. It's like a hidden Mickey of the game. You're just seeing this triangle Easter egg of where you're at.
I have no idea what does that mean?
A hidden Mickey?
Yeah, that sounds like some slang I'm not allowed to use.
Oh geez, no. As a Disney fan, you're gonna love it. Hidden
Okay.
Mickeys are
It sounds like Irish or English. Are you like British or Irish slang?
it kind of does. No, a hidden Mickey is just the inclusion of like Mickey head silhouettes, like just the big circle with the two ear circles, and they'll put them around various Disney properties. Like certain movies have them in like the clouds or just the positioning of, I don't know, characters or rocks. And
Like
then
basically just so like their version of an Easter egg.
yeah, exactly. They're Easter eggs. They'll have them in games. They'll put them in actual in the actual Disney parks. They have them. One of them I actually learned about recently is really neat. Where on Mickey's birthday, whatever his canonical birthday is, there's some line queue. I want to say it's the Little Mermaids. And there's a rock formation where at a certain time on his birthday, the sun shines through the rock formation and makes a hidden Mickey on the wall.
I
And
do
it's
know.
like,
Sorry, go ahead.
no, it's just only available on his birthday, which is like a really crazy type of planning that they did.
Yeah, like there. Sorry, and again, sorry to go on this tangent, but there is also, I think there are certain like similar stuff. Like there are similar things with different like Easter eggs to different former attractions at uh, Magic Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
There's one of the Nautilus. That one I know about. I know for sure because I definitely I've seen the info. I know it's real. There's like a similar one with like, well, we could talk hours about all the different ones, like the all the different like Easter eggs hidden around the various Disney parks.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy the amount of planning that they put into, like, the Imagineers did some crazy stuff, and the hidden Mickeys are always a fun one because, like, it can be like bushes or just, it's really just like certain placements of things, and you'll be like, wow, look at that. There's a pattern on the ground. There's one. Like, sometimes it seems like things people made up, but sometimes they really are planned. So, interesting bit of lore for you there.
I'm glad I learned it.
Yeah.
I learned it by watching you.
You
It
heard
was
it
you I
first.
learned it from.
My other question for you before I move on is, are you going to be looking for these hidden notes, these Adler notes around the island?
Yeah, I found at least I think 3 or 4.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because I literally just I it was actually during this chunk of play, or this bit of playthrough that I finally I past the past two parts when you're talking about the time or the like the little the parent like the abnormality stuff.
Mhm.
I was like, I thought I knew what you meant, but no, I noticed there was a tuned frequency that did the thing, and when I paused the menu, and when I hit the pause menu to look at the map, see where it was, it says anomalies discovered, 2 out of 12. And I'm like, oh, so that's what Graydon was talking about. Like I was thinking it was just something else, and I didn't think it was actually like an actual like a whole uh, aspect of the game.
Yeah, that is the anomalies are, I believe they're the rock formation, the cairns.
Yeah,
And it,
well, yeah, when you were talking about that last episode,
mhm.
I thought you meant something is like something akin to if you tune to a certain frequency, you'll get like like a little Easter egg of like a fun Easter egg on the radio, not like an actual like, oh, here we're tracking this each of these things you find. I I did not expect the game to be. I was like, let's just say I was not expecting a lot from this game. So goes to show how it's like when I expect so much. I expect so much from AAA games. Then with like indie games, I'm expecting so little that I'm blown away every time.
Well, that's great. Like, really, that's the way to do it.
Like,
Go in with a low bar.
yeah, it's like that's why I had the problem with Jedi Survivor, and and like I'm not I seem to be not the only one. Like there's a part in Jedi Survivor where, and we talked about this on the spoiler cast or spoiler cast slash discussion,
Mhm.
where I mentioned that I let a certain character kill me because I thought I thought it was going to lead into a scripted thing, but no, just you just have to do that. It's a whole. It's not script. It's not choice, or it's not optional. It has to be done. And I think I was giving the game too much credit. So yeah, it's like it leaves me to be the person who goes, oh, this top thing, like this big game has to have like all these great features, and it's the indie games the games that are done with love and care, and not with the crunch that a lot of big games are made at.
Mhm.
It's literally the passion projects that leave a lasting impression.
Yeah. Yeah. And speaking of passion projects, I don't know exactly when this video will go up. I assume it is the week of this, but I learned today by just looking it up. The Night School Studios turns 10 years old this year on my birthday, actually, which is this coming next Thursday, a week from tomorrow. So when this video goes up, it may come out on that day. And it's just kind of crazy that like we're playing their first game, more or less, like their first big game on their 10-year anniversary of it. So happy birthday to Oxenfree and me. But that is I don't know. I freaking love indies, man. There's a certain charm to every single one of them, whether they're good or not. The just the passion that goes into every one of them, not being made by some giant company that just wants to make money, is what makes me respect it so much. And it shines through in this game, and really everything the Night School does. Like, even though they're now owned by Netflix, and maybe, fingers crossed it doesn't happen, but maybe things start getting a little worse in quality, there will always be these, at least Oxenfree and After Party, if not the second one, being pretty good.
It says that to fix a temporal tear, that's a mouthful, in the cave, we would need to transpose to the other side and tune into the source within itself?
Okay, but we're not doing that, right?
Good question.
Yeah, that's going a little above and beyond.
Well, how would she even know this? I don't care how much research she did, this would be out of anyone's realm of expertise.
Well, something better work,
Or we're boned.
Or we're boned. Precisely.
But that is that. I shall continue on if you're cool with that. Did I lose you?
No, sorry. Just there's some occasional thunder going on. I'm trying not to have the audio bleed in.
No, that's fine. I was like, oh god, no, not the power. All right, here we go. I can fly through this. I had 3 paragraphs. This is the second one. I can fly through this one. A random time loop brings us to 1 p.m. last year, where Alex is exploring the island alongside Michael and Clarissa. Here, Alex gets to have deep conversations with both Clarissa and Michael regarding their relationship with Alex and how she feels about them dating each other. We are given the choice to tell Michael how you feel about him staying with Clarissa, and then he mentions Alex's signature jacket is actually his. This connects the time loop segment to Nona's earlier question regarding Alex wearing a jacket in this heat, and she wakes up at 3:20 a.m. So, like I had said at the beginning of this, I assumed it was around 2 a.m. still, and now this is 3:20 a.m. So, we're pretty much on the same time schedule there. But yeah, how did this little crazy time loop make you feel?
Through Alex, I basically did everything. It was a wish fulfillment to like, as someone who has, like, as someone who, unlike who, like everyone, has experienced loss in their life. I did the whole thing about trying to warn Michael about, like, I went down the path, the dialogue, or the path, the dialogue path tree wise of you're dead, but you're dead, you're gonna drown, don't do it. And then the fact that it's the way that everything is handled, and you're given like you're acting weird energy from him, and Clarissa hers also is uncharacteristically kind to Alex based on everything that's happened so far.
Yeah. No, that is definitely something to note because it's interesting. It's like Michael's death made her not like Alex or something.
Yeah, based on the part or the hallucination area, or that hallucination scene, or possible foreshadow scene. It's a situation where there's blame directed at Alex, and I loved the fact that, or I loved the lead in to the whole this whole this whole anomaly, where it just where we bring with you, but like for me, Nona said the line, and she definitely said the same thing to you. Why are you wearing that jacket? It's only or why are you wearing that big jacket in this weather when the sun is out?
Mm-hmm.
And I just like, what are you talking about? The sun isn't, boom, just switch to you guys are going to the left or to the right, and then just like does a kind of like does a bit of a 180,
Yeah.
and you're mirrored, and you're back, like you're like you said, you're back in the past, and wearing a different jacket, and the whole thing of how the whole thing goes and how it ends. I actually have a question for you.
Yeah.
How did you treat Carissa? Like with everything she was saying, like because there were the options of to be mean, nice, or like somewhere between the two.
Yeah, I mean, I liked that. So to kind of go back to an earlier bit, but I like how with these time loops, you're always able to either like try to get people to snap out of it, or go with this realistic route, or kind of go along with things. So like with Michael's side, it's like you could either just start throwing at him, but you're dead, you drowned, I saw this happen, or you can be like, yeah, it is a beautiful day. Or like,
Yeah, yeah.
like there's all these different things. And one thing that I really love about this game, I had a note about, is the fact that Alex doesn't open her mouth until you make it happen. Like there's everything is dialogue. All the dialogue comes from your choices, which is unlike Telltale things where sometimes there would be like a little line that you don't have. You're just making a choice, but the dialogue is the same. Not with this game. Like if you don't choose it, she doesn't talk. And I love that because you really feel like you are this player character.
Also,
yeah.
If someone else is talking and you choose, like if you choose the timing of your words wrong, you'll just cut off the other person.
True.
Even like it adds that like that much deeper to the whole aesthetic of, I really am controlling this character, aren't I?
Yeah, it's like you talk, she talks. All right. it just keeps going. It's really neat. And another thing that I've always wanted to mention is like I love how it uses in the animation like 3D characters in a 2D space. Like you would think that you're just walking left and right, but the way that you can do a full 360 spin on a 2D plane, and it really just feels like you are playing a 3D character but in a very small format. And I think that that's really cool how it just adds to the immersion of you being able to do anything in this world in a way. Like you can even climb certain things and jump off of things, and like it's just there's a lot of options to how you're going to play this, even though it's very linear. So it's just an amazing game, the amount of thought that went into it. But to go back to your initial question with the Clarissa thing, I think I played it still as I would have. Like, I wasn't trying to be outwardly jerky, but I think I did kind of, like
Mildly snarky.
yeah, refer to the fact that in our time we are not okay. So I'm not gonna just like be cool with you. But it's also done in a way of like, well, that's my brother. Maybe I'm a little standoffish about you guys, but I don't know. I wasn't ready to just be like buddy buddy because
So
that's not the person I knew.
So here's how I was playing it, and it's all based on my preconceived, like planned out ideas, or this is my my character sheet moment, like, or the like backstory character sheet, all that stuff. I'm playing it. I was playing that part as if everything was good between her and Clarissa, and then once Michael drowns, things just go nuclear.
Okay.
So I'm being nice and all that. Not saying I did not say I did not say a literal thing to offend her.
Mm-hmm.
And even when Michael gets back, Clarissa gets up to get a drink, and I had the option to ask for something, and no thanks. I just chose no thanks because I didn't want to be a burden, because just trying to be because that point in time in the timeline, Alex is still like young teenager or younger, right?
Mm-hmm. Well,
And
it's only a year ago,
oh, okay. Well,
but there is still some like I think she definitely changed as a person after losing her brother.
yeah. So that's basically how I played the whole thing. Just getting along with the person, being nice, being not causing anything, not causing any problems or anything. So
Yeah, you played it safe.
yeah. Well, no, I didn't play it
And
safe. I just played it realistically. That's the,
true.
the way I treat the way I played as Alex is basically that whole scene was basically how I would play it if I was hanging out with, if I was accompanying my sister and her boyfriend, or my other sister boyfriend,
Mm-hmm.
or my brother and um his late wife,
Mm-hmm.
which is what that last part, the last one, that's what hit hard,
Yeah,
because yeah, it's
kind of true to life for you in a way.
yeah, and it's it's like people say people are, considered trite and um common to say, but people don't know, people will only know how good things are once the good thing is gone.
Mm-hmm. I agree. And it's certain things like this where like you can relate to a film if you've lost somebody in a situation like this, but playing a game where you have to be this character and have these events happen to you and any kind of thing. I mean, you see it as well where like not to bring the room down a bit, but I know that you have problems with like animal passes or something in a video game, and it's like it's hard to have to relive that moment or just kind of be there and be in that moment as the character you're playing. And I feel like in terms of, I hate to say the word again, but immersion, it's like the closest you can really get with these games of like, you're here, you're living it again, and that's how it tugs on your heartstrings. But
It's actually why I'm considering in Fallout 4, there's a creation club option, like a basically a purchase, like basically a purchased or a monetized mod
Mm-hmm.
that will like give you a Shiba Inu dog
Oh
to have
wow,
like as a follower in game. And
that's awesome.
I'm thinking of basically spending the money to get that so I can have my whole dog alive with me since dog meat in Fallout 4 is basically more or less a my first dog was a female version, but basically dog meat but female.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Like you can have your little companion. Bring back
Yes.
some joy to the gameplay. That would be good. But to curb it in a way.
Yeah.
Well, I'll briefly ask this. What did you tell Michael when he asked about you and like should he stay with Clarissa?
Oh, I told him to if that like that basically shows I don't remember the exact line, but is basically the if she makes you happy, then keep going.
Okay. That's what I did too. And I probably picked that in the first playthrough as well, but I do want to see what it's like to, speak your mind, but
Yeah,
you don't do that to someone you love if that's what they want.
especially someone. Yeah, especially if it's like being it's technically it's basically a paradox, but being in a past or in the past with someone and saying something that would that would mess up where you currently are in like basically that would mess up the timeline so to speak.
Mhm. I also kind of played it in a way that like I knew that this time loop was being caused by whatever spirit is in Clarissa, like just the spirit of the island. And I felt like if she knew somehow that I didn't try to like break them up even in a hypothetical situation, that maybe it'll trigger something near the end of like her taking pity on me or wanting to be friendly toward me. So that was also influencing my decision there in a way. It was like, well, I'm not gonna be like, yeah, break up with that bitch. Like it's just not how I would
Yeah,
have
yeah.
gone
I
about
basically,
that.
yeah, I was just like follow your heart. Like,
Yeah.
it's you're an independent. You're a like. I was basically playing it as a like from the way I was playing it. Alex came like it basically showed that like I was also playing it from a point of view where I was trying to keep or not trying to keep trying to have everything be okay, like like be nice and then like justify why I'm acting the way I am with Jonas because after the like before leaving the station, the radio station or like the radio tower, you can talk to like with if you choose Nona or whoever you choose, you can still say something to either Jonas and Ren or Jonas and Nona or any of the variations.
Hmm.
And I basically just said like, "Are we good?" Like, and I like I said, I basically just approached Jonas as as we're good, we're family, and then Ren as we're best friends, we're good.
Yeah.
So
So you try to calm the fires.
yeah, just trying to calm everything down, de-escalate the situation as I was trying to do, which was why I did the comment like something you see in a Marvel movie, like all this big drama, and then just like bit of humor.
Yeah. And be like, guys, we have to calm down. We have to work together here. Well, I am going to go on to the third paragraph here. I'm just going to read it because it's long. I'll go through the whole thing in the essence of time, and then we can throw in any other comments on it when I'm done.
Okay.
So,
It's important to me that you like Clarissa, Alex, so tell me the truth. What do you really think of her?
Stick with it. Stay with her. If she makes you happy, if she makes you laugh, who am I to say anything otherwise?
Thank you. Good blessings, good tidings. You know, I never noticed. That's a good-looking jacket. I should ask for it back.
meeting up with the rest of the group. This is at 3:20 a.m. Meeting up with the rest of the group, sans Clarissa, they gain access to the Adler Mansion with the new wall radio. Upon entering and searching the attic, Alex and Jonas not only find the keys to her boat, but also more radios and a note telling them to, quote, tune into the source alongside a map of the caves. After going back downstairs, Alex finds Clarissa still possessed. It should be noted she had supposedly gotten into the house on her own, and the group was happy to see her when they entered the house, except for Alex. So, I mean, I worded that in a weird way, but when they first walked in, she was there, said she got herself in there, and now, lo and behold, she's possessed again. After being forced to complete another hide-and-seek inspired trivia game at the hands of the malevolent spirit, Alex learns two revelations. One, Maggie and her friend Anna dealt with the island spirits in their youth, with Maggie Adler being the sole survivor of the ordeal. Two,
Wait.
Yeah.
I thought it was a game of I Spy.
You know what? It is. It wasn't
Yeah.
hide and seek. It was I Spy. You got me. Because as I was writing it, I was like, it was something else. But
yeah, because I was like, because Carissa goes, I spy with my little eye, and I wasn't paying attention, so that's why when I messed up the first one, I was like, oh no, I hope I don't have to reload or anything.
I screwed up 2 out of 3.
Yeah, because ironically, I got 2 out of 3 again.
Wow.
Messed up the first one, got the next 2. By sheer luck.
Was the second one the top left?
Yeah.
Okay. I figured it was that. I didn't even see the TV, so I was like, I don't know what I was looking for there.
Yeah, like the first one, I don't know. Like I didn't know. Second one was the left or top left. Third one was top right.
Okay. Yeah, on the second one, I was like, I'm going to go in the attic. Maybe there's something there. It was bad. It was bad. I sucked, but I don't think it really has any repercussions on the game, but we'll see, I guess. So yes, this I Spy game. And yeah, so her second revelation, she learns that the spirits, now this is kind of hard to digest, but the spirits have returned to claim the gang's bodies as their own. Having learned from this past experience with Maggie and Anna how to fully take control of them. They threaten to take over everyone but Alex, as she needs to fulfill her promise of which she, at least with mine, she was like, I said maybe, but I was like, I wonder if Alan says that she did, because didn't you say that?
Yeah, I basically said I take it back. Leave is not possible.
That's funny.
Yeah, I like that, and it means that we can't talk about it means we can never do that spoiler pod on Star Trek Resurgence. Same premise, because that's the main goal of the Tikal, like the Tikal Empire, basically come back using the same using their life cells or their memories to assume the bodies of the people that the Resolute are making contact with.
True, yeah, that is what they did.
and you want know the funny thing? It is the same exact goddamn plot as the first season of Superman and Lois. But with Krypton, wow. with people from Krypton instead of people from a different point in history. So it's just like, I hope I'm like this whole thing is turning into a trope now.
Well, I mean, I've never seen Invasion of the Body Snatchers, but it may be that same thing too. It's just
Oh
that
no,
kinda...
it is. But I'm talking about I've been seeing it. It's been making more of a resurgence. Like there was I think The Faculty was a similar thing, that movie
Hmm, I don't
where
know.
yeah, it was basically there was also They Live was a different take on that whole type of story.
Yeah, no, true.
So
Yeah,
what
it's
else?
definitely
What else happened?
it's a good old doppelganger story, which freaking terrifies me. So she's terrified, rightfully so. And as the gang wakes up and they leave the mansion, they enter the Adler basement to find their next objective. Now, I will mention briefly, speaking of doppelgangers, as Alex left the mansion, she did see herself again in the mirror, another, that alternate version of her, and it asked some kind of question regarding Michael. And it was just another one of those spooky moments where I even tried, you couldn't choose a different dialogue choice.
Yeah,
It,
because
it,
I think it has to do with because the dialogue choice, like the dialogue choices, are literally I think they're aren't they on the other side of the mirror?
Mhm.
Like they're from like the basically the mirror, like a mirror version.
Yeah, they're like that game that's being
Yeah,
played. It's creepy. It's a really cool mechanic.
I wish
Just
I hope or at least I was gonna say I wish more games did it, but I don't know. I've never seen it this time. I've seen it. I don't know how it's gonna go, or I
yeah,
don't know. I don't know of any games that are similar or derivative of this type of situation.
there are some games that like kind of take control of what you're doing and stuff. It's reminiscent of that kind of thing. But yeah, super inventive, especially for around the time. And yeah, for some reason my internet is dipping. Can you still hear me okay?
Kind of, it's a bit choppy. I forgot to ask. I forgot to make sure you're on the right internet.
I am. I just don't know why it's dipping in and out. All right, it's kind of okay now. Let me see. I'll keep an eye on it and try to finish this up here. Oh no, it's going red. All right, hold on. Give me a sec. I'll swap. How about now?
Perfect.
All right. This is technically the bad one, but we are almost done. So, through the use of projector slides, they learn that the island may be escapable through, I don't know if escapable is a word, but it should be, through Catbird Station, which we mentioned before, an abandoned outpost in the woods that used to be used as the island's first line of defense. If it receives a certain radio frequency broadcast, as you mentioned, the door to an underground vault will open, giving them access to the caves and the ability to tune into the source of the temporal tears, the triangle portals. The gang splits up, and Alex and Jonas are on their way to Catbird Station. So, interesting. We have a lot of lore explained there. We have an idea of what's going on now. We have names for things. Like they called it a temporal tear, which are those triangle things. And yeah, it sure seems like it's the weirdest thing to me was that supposedly there's all these hidden notes around to explain the mystery, but now we're kind of getting it explained. So I don't know exactly what the letters that Adler is hidden around would even say, but I'm interested in. I don't know if I would find them, if I would go and find them. I'm kind of at this
Um,
point like I want to leave.
so I will give you a. I think it's either I think it's 104.2 is the frequency to find, or either yeah one or no 140.2 is something similar, like along that line is the, like if you tune that frequency, it'll point out, like it'll help you find, like you'll be assisted in finding those letters.
Okay. So they're not actually like things in the world, they're radio things.
Um, no, the things you can get in the world, but the radio helps, like, makes it a lot easier to locate.
Oh, it guides you. That's interesting. Maybe I will try to find one just to see what it's like. But yeah, it's definitely all coming together now. Like it's super cool to see how all the things, like the mystery is kind of unraveling. But yeah, I mean, did you have any comments on I mean, we did kind of stop and chat about little things.
I'm just gonna say it again. There's some, because I was doing a lot of stuff with the radio throughout this playthrough. Like, I think I did more, like the most, or more slash most in the second playthrough, because the I was like going different routes, going through, and when backtracking through different areas, turns out what's like they're all like certain areas are just locked to that area, to that map.
Mm-hmm.
So last week when that that clip from that World War II movie or documentary,
Yes.
that like when I went back through it, like when I went back into the woods, that was still playing. So it seems it's all like location based.
Okay. I wonder if that would be the case.
And yeah, I do like the, after, like when I got to the point I was stuck at when I was at the Adler gate.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out there's actually, like, after, when doing that whole thing, there's not a translatable Morse code message.
Huh. Did you figure it out?
Someone already has it on Reddit, and
I think I had lost you there. Would you say?
okay, so there was a an Oxenfree alternate, or like augmented reality game,
Okay.
or alternative reality game, I think is the actual one.
Mm-hmm.
And it was gonna, from this post, it says the earlier ones had a phonetic call and a number, and the frequency for unlocking the other gate is 50, is the frequency is 56, and the whole, like the whole call is basically 910 or 910 XEN free.
Okay.
So 901 Oxenfree.
So it's just like a little funny message.
There's actually like a documentary explaining it all. So I will send you.
Yeah, I'll put a link to that in the description. Because I feel like there's definitely a lot of stuff, especially now or especially by now, video essays breaking things down. I mean, and I believe there are multiple endings, but I'm
There
not
are.
entirely sure. I bet people do analysis on all of those, and it's just like there's so much here. There's for such a small little indie game, it's so crazy how much meat there is, how much content people got out of stuff. I didn't even know there was an ARG, but that's really neat. And yeah, it just makes me want to dive in, look up all this stuff, and learn about it because it's such a little gem. It really is.
Also, there was a moment where I thought that the whole thing was, or it was weird. It was weird. Certain moments, the art style, like I get what they were doing with the design style, like because Adam Hines in the documentary of, like, the Skybound documentary,
Mm-hmm.
like his art is like, it's literally his art, and like his designs for the characters and everything in the world. it looks very much like something you'd see on either a something you see on Nickelodeon in like the 90s,
Okay.
in like like the best way. Like it looks like something you'd see, or it looks something you see on Nickelodeon in the 90s, early 2000s, when they showed animated shows, more like
Okay.
primarily rather than live action.
In your Rugrats Rocket Power era.
Yeah, not gonna lie, that was my era.
Yep. The good old days, the glory days.
Watching Nick News, getting mad because it meant the weekend was over. Had to go to school the next day.
Linda Ellerby.
Yep. There shall be no Linda Ellerby slander in this call.
Oh yeah, she's the patron saint of this Discord.
No, she's the patron saint of multiverses.
Exactly.
That whole feature.
Of Nicktoons Brawl Royale or whatever. But I digress. Yeah, I mean that's been Oxenfree for another week. And it's yeah.
Just yeah. Just to show how far, like, or not how far. Just to show how scattered, like how temporally scatterbrained I am right now from playing this game and all that. When I sent you the message, like, okay, just finished up the, it's like, okay, stopping here. I'm gonna hop on Discord. I was literally typing out, and I went, oh no, no. I almost sent the message saying, okay, I'm just about done, or okay, I'll stop here, and I'll hop on Skype.
Oh no. No. You'd be the first one in decades.
Well, I don't know if you saw, but Seth Macy, like I saw this on Instagram. He made he's doing some kind of weird project where he's like doing some MySpace stuff,
Okay.
and it's some interesting stuff because I did not think. Well, one, I didn't realize that things are that at that point with MySpace, where like we're that nostalgic for MySpace.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it's still
But
available, right?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's still a website, so
No, he's actually remaking MySpace.
Oh, he's
Like he's
web
full on
designing
going
it.
in. He's web designing, like he's using code.
Well, that's
He's taking the code and using it. He's reverse engineering everything and updating it, like using modern design. It's crazy.
that is psychotic.
So yeah, like,
Well, go
and
follow that.
yeah, seriously, Seth G. Macy.
Crazy.
Because
What a crazy journey.
yeah, his whole thing is I'm making MySpace for 2024, baby. It's so good.
That's wacky.
And I just goes back to GameSpot, or not GameSpot briefings. Tommy Button, when he was when they kept mentioning him.
Yeah.
When Max was like, is he gonna talk about his website again? Like, or is like that, or did he say something about his effing website again? And it's just funny how that whole story played out.
Yeah, I remember when he was just a little name in that group, and then that guy has rose to prominence, definitely. But segue, we will rise to prominence if you follow the podcast feed, which you are already in. Oh, my internet is dipping. Are you hearing me okay?
Yes, I'm hearing. To quote To quote to quote the commercial from the iconic commercial from the 2000s. Can you hear me now?
Good. Well, I appreciate you taking the reins there. That was nice. But yes, please do follow the podcast. Please rate us. Please share us. And all of these are going up on the YouTube as well, where I'm going to supplement them with gameplay. And I don't know, just it gives another place for you to listen or watch or share it, whatever you'd like to do. Please go follow the YouTube channel as well, because we do a lot of great stuff there. We upload every Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, unless it was today, because I didn't upload anything today. But that has been, oh my God. Wow. Yep.
Yeah. For some reason, literally when I went to Instagram to look for Seth Macy's thing, it was I tried to search. I was going to search his name, then it kept showing me like AI generated stuff, like AI generated images of furries. So apparently, I'm a furry now, according to AI on Meta platforms.
I guess you are, and we'll be. I now feel compelled to have to play that game.
Yeah, because people will go, "What the hell? What the hell are these people doing? What's up with them?"
We lose all our subscribers.
But we just tank, and then we get a new audience and go from there.
A stronger audience. We'll rise from the ashes like a phoenix of furries.
Listeners, I'm so sorry for my act. From the way I know I've been very much this episode.
That's fine. We needed it. It's kept the energy going, and I appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, there's nothing to really say about what to play next. Play to the end. We're beating this thing, and I'm super excited to see the ending, to talk about it. Be a great time. We're gonna start another one at some point. We're gonna keep this going. I'm so freaking happy that this has been back. It's just great. And
we're gonna get blackjack and hookers.
Yeah, we're going to Vegas, baby. We're gonna broadcast this thing from Vegas. Build our own Vegas.
Yeah, call it
a new Vegas, if you will.
No, call it Lost to Vegas.
Yeah, that sounds excellent.
And just have the logo be Las Vegas with the two like in like at the top of like like in the top area of the space between the Las Vegas. So just or Las Vegas squared.
I can see it now.
Just confuse everyone.
Las Vegas squared. We'll put it right next to the old Las Vegas.
Yeah, with a little thing, like a sheet of metal sticking off the end, saying "much better."
Much better.
Simply that, because that's all we could afford.
What happens in Las Vegas squared does not stay in Las Vegas squared. Oh man, I'm freaking tired. We're gonna get out of here. Okay. Alan, thank you. What would you say?
What happens in Las Vegas squared can't be comprehended because it won't compute.
Precisely. This has been the Indie Book Club. I have been Graydon, joined by Alan. If you've listened to the end, you're a real trooper. And we will see you in the grand finale next week. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.